Latest statistics from the CDC state that in 2016, an average of 6 teens between the ages of 16 and 19 years old died in motor vehicle crashes in the U.S. In some of those cases, those crashes led to homicide-related charges and sentences. Nicole Cressine spoke with a local senator and a local prosecutor who believe the sentences should be harsher. She joins us now with how they're partnering to change the law. This is important, and they want to do something about this, right?
Yes, and currently these cases are under a level 5 felony, but they want to make sure that this is more severe. So according to some local leaders, that classification does a disservice to the families who will never see their loved ones again due to reckless driving by another person.
The Wabash Valley is all too familiar with teen deaths as a result of motor vehicle crashes. And Vigo County Prosecutor Terry Modisett is all too familiar with the conversation he must have with some families after the crash.
Now they've lost their loved one, and we have to say the most that can happen as far as a sentencing range is 1 to 6 years. And the advisory is 3 years, so if the person that caused the death doesn't have any prior criminal record, then 3 years is the advisory. That's typically the most they could get.
Senator John Ford shares the same frustrations with the current sentencing for vehicular homicide cases.
Where we've had some of our young adults pass away, and the people that caused their deaths are getting off with very little punishment, if any at all.
Senator Ford authored multiple bills in the last regular legislative session relating to traffic crimes and sentencing.
That would give a sentencing range from 2 to 12 years.
Senator Ford says working with Modisett and other local leaders is important with legislation like this.
It's really important as a state legislator to have local partners like our prosecutor or the prosecutor from Clay County to really get their input, because they're going to see things every day that I won't see.
Modisett says not everyone may agree with this legislation, but he believes most people understand the need for it.
We do have a faction out there now of different people that essentially almost feel like hardly anybody should ever go to jail anymore. But I believe that the majority still believes that people should be accountable for their actions and there should be appropriate punishment for that.
Senate Bill 186 was enacted in a public law in May. Now Senate Bill 331, which also deals with crimes related to the death of an individual, died in committee. But Ford says they're still working on language related to this issue.
I understand that OWI cases involving deaths are already level 4 felonies in some cases?
Yes, so there are some instances in which it does carry that heavier sentencing. A lot of times that's when they've had a prior conviction in the last 10 years or are driving with a suspended or revoked license.
Just hope we don't see any more of those. Those
Absolutely.
are so tough on a community and
they
families. Thank you, Nicole.